Coming at you from Tokyo, Japan, my name is Dave and this is my Toyota Altezza. I'm just putting some stuff back together and I'm going to do the handbrake cables to show you how easy that is. So you pull out the end, rotate this, slide it in, rotate it back, and that's one. Go to the other side, that out. Make sure you do this before you bolt the cable in, otherwise you're going to have a bad time. So that's done. Now we can just go along and do them up. These don't need to be torqued up, just as long as they're tight. Okay, now we can pop this cable into its little hangers here, just simply. There we go. And the other one. Yep, okay. That lines up. Excellent. Okay, the other side. That one there. And this one here, that poor Altezza. It's never gonna run again. Sure, somebody said that. Just tight. Put that one in, that was easy. Why was that one so easy? Because I had some silicone grease from the bushings on my fingers. This one goes near. I have to confess, I don't know which bolts are which anymore because it's been so long. So I've got a collection of bolts here that look like they are for the job at hand. If they go in the hole at this point, they're probably the right thing. And that does go in there. Look, it doesn't clear, so that's definitely not it. After looking at all the bolts I have, I've come to the conclusion it's these. These are not the most important bolts in the car. Ugh. The way they fit suggests to me that this is the correct bolt. Even if these bolts fell out, the handbrake would still work. Very handy tool. Thank you, Ryan. Handbrake's back together. My rear coilovers are crusty. They're all coated in junk and rust and shit. So, going over them with a wire brush, I want to change this. At the moment, I've got a floating spring setup. I don't like that, never really have. So we're going to raise this up so that the spring is captive, and then take that and feed it back into there, if that makes any sense. If it doesn't, you'll see. And it's just a whole load of this until I feel good about it, or until I get bored. To loosen that off, move them both up until I'm happy with that, and then move this down the same amount that I moved that up. You're gonna need a pair of coilover wrenches. Doesn't sound good. It's fairly easy to set this after the fact to get them the same, but I'm just going to get tape measure and measure from there to there. Raise this up 34 millimeters and then lower this 34 millimeters. Good idea. Oh. Like that. Doesn't have to be super tight, it's not going anywhere. There we go. Oh, that's locked on there. That's not good. WD-40 to the rescue. looks about right. Time to put the prop shaft back in. Ding! They're a precision item. This one used to be. I'm going to use lithium grease. I use lithium grease on everything. Okay, that should be sufficient enough for it to go in. I've never had one of these give me any drama, but that doesn't mean that today won't be the day. David, I can't see. Yeah, but neither can I, so... or even. Can't get it past my massive hog. By hog, I mean belly. Alright. So we have to insert it into the gearbox first. Right, so that's in. There's our joint. Long extensions would have been nice, because these bolts are 7 kilometers long. I've only got an hour's worth of memory card left. I'm not going to be done these bolts. Okay, screw this. I have a feeling I have to be able to move this forward and back to line up the diff. So I'll leave these kind of loose, I think. Ready to go. Don't try this at home. What I've done is, so I drove a tent peg all the way through, found out it's double skinned, and I've punched through the other side. I don't know how this is going to go because I've never seen anyone else do it. Why would you do that? On the service manual, but you can see that the bolt comes through from the inside of this arm and then the nut's on the outside, and you're supposed to torque the nut. Now, how do you get the nut on the back and how do you torque it? With great difficulty. With everything else in here, like, oh, there goes the nut down the driveway. With the arm here and everything else, I'm not sure how you would do that. So what do? Flip the bolt around or just tighten it up by the bolt? But if you were going to go off the bolt, why did they put the torque setting on the nut side? Probably because they expect you to drop the subframe to be able to do this. Well, no. I'm going to make it so that I can torque it in the car. Shh, shh, just let it happen. You get some WD-40. Bit of lubrication. There we go. Oh shit. Okay, we don't want to keep that in there.
A few inches later.
The rest of the footage of me drilling those holes has been lost. I unfortunately deleted them all while housekeeping because all of my memory cards are full. So yeah, here's the finished result. As you can see, I've made the hole in the inside of the car quite large. That's so that I can get my hand in there. The white thing you can see in there is a grommet that I 3D printed out of TPU. I know what you're thinking, this looks like shit, and I agree with you, but it works really well, so I don't really care. The other side looks, similar. It's fine. Function over form. You can see here I drilled holes for access to the diff bolts. These are absolutely brilliant, and you'll see them in action in a future video. Now, was this necessary? No. Am I happy I did it? Yes. That's all that matters.